Alright, what's up yins guys? I'm gonna do a video here. This is shit that really makes me laugh my damn ass off. And this is worth making a video about because just because I make a video making a point, what I'm basically saying, don't get involved in no trouble between races in workplace or the gossip, whether it's hens or busybodies on either side. And I know I want to do a video about my own kind. Ever since I was a kid, I grew up with the hens, the busybodies of my own, and other people, like I says, just because I said in the video, well, I have black friends and white friends, and they always got that shit starter. A lot of times they don't last, or they're insecure, or some damn thing did want to stir up some little trouble with the friends you already had, you know what I mean, too. And just because I said that in the video, you can tell when people make comments how much you want to wager they didn't even watch the whole fucking video or watch any of the video. You know, all I'm indicating is a lot of the biggest causes of a lot of the shit is like all the different shit starters on that want to make damn sure shit stays keeps going. You know what I mean? And says don't be intimidated by it, don't encourage it, don't and then even your friends, whether black or white, you know, I got some of them, when you got friends, they'll laugh at so-and-so like they don't believe the shit. It's not like you gotta, it's like when I talk about gang stalking and all that, the reason why I make the videos is unlike everybody else's gang stalking videos. I indicate there's an easy solution. Don't be afraid, don't be intimidated, don't let anybody make you paranoid. And the only reason I even call it gang stalking is I'm trying to, that seems to be a big, what do you call it, statement that a lot of people are watching videos, right? And it's the only way I know how to talk about, the only way I know how to talk about it, because it escalates at that. And the way I'm saying the shit is, unlike everybody else's shit, big government's conspiracies, which, well, you see on the news, politicians do that shit all the time. They get their people, they're always at war with each other. They're getting their people to stalk each other, find dirt. And hey, both sides be having dirt. So it's more like a, I don't know, covert shit starting is, it's in the fucking churches, it's everywhere. Even the preacher talks about it, but you don't call it gang stalking. So anyway, getting to what this one dude said. First, I had one dude under anonymity. He's saying, "Oh, one video saying, I guess it's hard to damn say without laughing about it. Says this kids is why you don't do drugs." Yeah, right now I'm talking about dude under anonymity, and I'll use his name, and it's like, and when you gotta watch when people make these damn comments. Oh, come on, there's no, you can tell they didn't watch the fucking video. There's no, well, I disagree with this. Usually ends a legit comment. And when I get to this one dude, you're watching me, and I saw I didn't pay much attention to the fact that you tend to be a religious person, and I'm not gonna judge you either way. But I have more respect for you because you at least have, a channel and you're not under anonymity. But the difference between you and this guy, but finish up with this guy first. Okay, this guy taking a cheap shot, nothing on his channel, and just a one-liner like that, like they don't know even what your channel is about. Everybody out there in the world, whether it's people the same race as each other, do this shit to each other, and against, you know, other races, men against women, do this. Play that, oh, he's on drugs card because you ain't falling for their shit. You smartly, in a cocky way, rebuke or snub their bullshit. You know what I mean? Oh, you're on, that's the only thing they know how to say. Yeah, I mean, they don't watch they didn't watch the interview that says, oh, this can't be right. I mean, I'm just trying to tell folks how to hold on to your friends that are both your own race and the other race, and if any of them are really your friends too, you don't got to worry that much about it. I'm not making that video to stay paranoid, but anybody watching, if you have friends of the same race as you or the opposite race of you, if they're friends and you work with them a long time, you usually don't got to fucking worry about that shit anyway. They come to you and then make fun of it and laugh about it. And then you'll get a few of them people though too that are mad because nobody's falling for it, and they, instead of giving it up, they do something else, and they're gonna, but let them keep trying, you know, keep what, anyway. Yeah, that's, I think, before you say on yeah, this is why you don't do drugs, a totally invalid, because there's no criticism, no proof, or in a comment that you watched the video and saying. So okay, so that goes on to my saying, when I say no rat's ass is offered and no rat's ass will be given. So please refer to my one video I made, which the motto I have is, when my version of live and let live. Hey, if somebody else wants to do their drugs, don't force them down my throat. I don't care. I don't give a shit. So I'm saying, one of my favorite sayings is, how can, or is you and me, okay. Yeah, do you and me have the right to give a rat's ass? The ass belongs to the rat. Let the rat keep his ass. Is the rat's ass mine to give? Is the rat's ass yours to give? Let the rat keep his ass, you know. And there's some aspects of giving the rat's ass that you don't have to give a rat's ass about. So, or sometimes you give a shit, but there's some aspects of giving a shit you don't have to give a shit about. My version of live and let live. I mean, I'm not trying to deny anybody their precious dope. And also too, I'm gonna get to this other dude in one more second. But after I do here, I'm gonna remind you, I made videos talking about people want this legalized marijuana, that's medicine and all that, and they have where they're taking out the getting high part to making the medicine, everything from autism. I mean, if they're sick, let them have it. I don't give a shit, but I don't have to give a shit about people that, oh, all of a sudden it's legal. Now everybody wants to be sick. So how can I be a person, a doer of drugs? The funny thing is, any of you guys watching it, even thinking about buying into a comment that some troll makes, consider this. I've made videos talking about admitting that I sympathize to a point where some people need a legalized marijuana as a medicine, or marijuana, whether as a smoke it because they're sick or chronic pain. I don't care. I support it. I just don't buy into that now. Everybody wants to be damn sick so they can just use a medicine. And I'm totally against that, because that pills and all that, it wastes all your money. It's not a reason for living. Thing I look forward to with my money is I spend it on a lot of food. I lived across from a restaurant, and that's how I beat that rap. So fuck you, you trolls. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, okay. Finally, this one dude. I should have just made a separate video, really. Okay, this dude, I don't know what his intentions really are, but he did give me a legitimate question. I don't know if, I ain't gonna say he's accusing me, like taking any cheap shots and accusing me. I'm gonna give a benefit of the doubt. The reason why I like this question, because I preach this myself, I can tell you a little story. But anyway, I'll tell you all, along with this troll, and then he's saying that I should denounce the, I'll show you the, I'm going to show you the comment in the camera, but what is that, denounce the drug god? And you know what? Yes, I do denounce the drug god. I absolutely do. Because like I said, I was told that I was insensitive in comments by, kind of people that, few people I knew on when I did videos, just because even though I support the medicinal if they need it, that I still don't have to care or compromise with other stuff that I don't care. I'd rather use alternatives. And I was still, I'm willing to compromise, and I'm still insensitive. So since I was being told that, and people were making comments, don't you do, I'm supposed to. This dude, yeah, he has a channel, and he has, congratulations, has a channel, and I'm not gonna bash his beliefs. I says, the way I am about certain people's religion, I do say that you have a right to go to a church, and if you like to sing, go ahead and sing. Is if it's a safe haven away from all that stuff. You don't want nothing to do with, and that should be a safe place to go. I'm all for that. And yeah, if he's challenging me to denounce the drug god, I don't give a rat's behind about the drug god. Yes, I do denounce it, and which tells me a small story I'll tell you too. Which his question was a very good one. I don't care if he likes me or not. I congratulate him. I mean, for this, because this little story I had. I was going to a Walmart, like outside of my town, a little further away, and I stopped. Okay, and there was on two ends of the Walmart. There was these girls like selling these crosses or whatever. You raise money for the drug rehab thing. Really nice. They seemed really nice and all that. And you get into conversation. You figure they really see what the lie that stuff is, right? And what gets me, this is why I like this guy's question. I mean, I'm talking because I'm happy from it. That selling that and selling your little crosses, your little jewelry, different kind of things. You want to get out of that stuff, and all that stuff. I'm all for it. But then when you start getting into a conversation with some of them, not all of them, I'm not going to go say anybody that some recovered addict gets all mad at me here and saying this, that no, I know they're not all like that, but these particular ones, I have ran into ones, I just innocently starting a conversation, what a lie it is. I said I had a cousin that ruined his life over that shit. And I'm saying, yeah, I'm telling them, yeah, you realize now the lie it is, right? I'm telling them what a lie it is, right? And well, since they're over there supporting they were in recovery themselves or whatever too. You'd think they'd be right on board with me, right? But they're all changing the subject. They're I mean, I'm not. Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's a mistake. People sold them on a lie. You know what I mean? And all the different lies you're told about it, and it doesn't solve all your problems, and you're dependent on it. It just takes all your money away. You know what I mean? And I actually think people, unlike my little trolls that were on there trying to accuse me of people out in the world, I was more the smug type that pissed them off. That I was out there with money in my hands, spending it on food and eating out. I was always seen in a restaurant too. I working extra hours at the time. This place that I worked at, I was making some pretty good money. But yes, I did piss it all away. Didn't save any. You know what I mean? You think it's always going to be there. And we're used to get raised in profit sharing. And I was tired. I didn't want to cook and all that. I was right across the street, smelled food, straight over there. Where everybody else is, they want to get high, they want to go straight to the bar and that. And I could always make cases too. I had friends that drink and all that, then you do a little drugs, and they were nice to me. I don't give a rat's ass what they do, but then you have the ones that are prejudiced against you because you don't. I mean, and they don't even get cigarettes off of you, you know what I mean? Like, you're something wrong. Oh my God, you don't even smoke, Yeah, I have encountered people that were supposed to be, raising funds and at a little table, selling jewelry, different things too, for recovery, and that are not. Then I was actually amazed that they would not denounce it. And I actually permit you. I ain't telling you to go harass anybody that's having a little thing over there to raise money for people in recovery. But hey, if you got any stories, I'm not saying that to cause any trouble or attack them, but I have encountered that. It's a very, no matter what this, what this preacher man was trying to insinuate, I took it as a challenge and he wants to see. But anybody else that wants to troll, yeah, go ahead and prove that. I said, hey, and the marijuana God is not my God. If somebody wants to smoke it for medicine, or if they smoke it recreational, make it legally. If they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. Like I said, unlike the way Henry Rollins used to say, controlled by a plant. It's a plant, it's not a reason for living. But yet, more recently, he was in a video conference on YouTube for the legalization for medicines, which is nothing wrong with that. But I still believe in his old clip that I have on my channel somewhere. That yes, no, it's not a reason for living. Yes, he's right. It's not a reason for living. And then I made cases on videos where people that I knew that were kind of friends and neighbors act like you don't care if they smoke it, and you figured that they don't care if you smoke it. They act like they don't care, and then all of a sudden started suddenly making comments like and I want to do a separate video on this too, where people that do a little this and that, they don't play any games that you see talking. It could be neighbors, and they're all right. They don't bother you, you know what I mean? And you're not going to butt in their life and tell them what to do and what not to do, and you don't expect them to be telling you what to do. But occasionally you get the ones that are nice to you, passive aggressive, and other people that ain't your friends, they have their typical rhetoric laced with expletives, indicating in a nutshell that you think you're high and mighty, you really think you're better than us, or some kind of thing, and all kind of stuff laced with expletives, that indicating that you're selfish, and a whole list of names that you get called. And I made videos talking about that, and then I had people comment on the videos that I'm insensitive, even though I'm willing to let a lot be, where, hey, if people need something for medicine, and some people trying to legalize something recreational, and have a little bit of compassion. If some of the stuff works for seizures and autism, just let them have it, you know what I mean? But I'm not obligated to like the religion say, prostrate myself to them and then bring myself down to their level just to make me afraid that I'm, and that's why I preach about equality extremism. You gotta watch that shit, and if a preacher in our church wants to preach that, if he's religious, make you feel, the secular side there too can be nasty. Some of them are more civilized, and some of them use rhetoric, expletives and all that. Yeah, okay, and then, and like I said too, that if somebody's gay, it's not my problem. I'm not going to waste my life telling them what to do, what not to do. But there is those parties that I don't give a shit about. I'm not going to go, oh, so-and-so is gay, let's go beat them up. I don't want nothing to do with that shit, because whether somebody's gay or not, spread something around and get them beat up or not, and be involved or inducing or inciting felony assault. That's not good. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let anybody tell me what to do, in a group, and tell me that, apart from tolerance, that I have to prostrate myself. How's that? How religion say? To them. Hey, I have my life. They have of theirs, It's an area where the common Joe or common Jane walking down the street minding their own business is considered a homophobe just because they're out there minding their own business, living their own life, and not saying hail to the rainbow. I don't play them games. I mean, I have, like I said, I work next to people, job assignments and stuff like that, This person happens to be admitted that they're gay, In fact, there's two of them that were boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're all talking nice. I don't care. I ain't going to attack anybody, you know what I mean? Be nice to people that are nice to me, you know what I mean? And I don't subscribe to, so-and-so's going to go to hell. He don't do drugs, and he don't go robbing and stealing, and he don't go looking at every single person the opposite sex as if with his tongue hanging out. He just minds his own business, lives his life, whatever. But he's going to go to hell because the common Joe or common Jane walking down the street minding their own business, whether they do anything or not, he's going to go to hell because you're not a sheep and you're not involved in our thing. And then, okay, you're going to go to this person's version of Christianity or this person's, you're right or wrong. It's better to have friends among a thing and you're involved in a charity like I was, you know what I mean, to make friends of people of both races, which I have, during the holiday season, And when you're involved in charity, no stealing, if you want to put something in a charity pot in front of people, whether you're black or white watching, if people are out there accuse you of stealing, you've got critics, both your own and the opposite, right? Even though, there's a thing where giving an arrogance is right, but there's this thing called the camera eye, though, that sees what you do and you don't. You can, yes, I believe in you can. I really don't want anything of anybody else's. I'll throw something in a charity pot in front of critics even more, especially if I'm trusted with a thing in front of a place that's in the holiday season collects other people's money. You know what I mean? Just be smart. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care for anybody. I consider it intimidation and psychological intimidation if, you got people that are just minding their own business and they're not even in the religious side that are have special crusades out there to go after whatever so-and-so is gay or whatever and protest against it. I think everybody, I don't care on any side if they like me or not, that I ain't gonna let anybody, I don't care who it is, any groups out there, whether it's they're gay or this transgender rights or whatever, telling me that I better be this way or not. Just be satisfied that I don't get involved and I'm not out there waiting to beat up every single one because of it. I'm too busy living my own life and ignoring you and snubbing it. And to get this far, anybody non-religious or religious or black or white that has some idea not to be paranoid, temporary collapse of the grid or financial system, whether you believe it in a church or a prepper group, which, yeah, I have seen a couple, even though they're mostly white, I've seen a couple black dudes that had prepper groups, very cool people. Anyway, if any of you guys watching that have anything to do with stuff like that, my philosophy on people wanting to transition into a male or a female, the reason why I really don't care about it is a thing. People are going to do what they want, but the bad thing about it is if we are religious and you think that there might be, not necessarily a cataclysm, a collapse of the grid for a period of time. You need food, water, and shelter. When you don't have your whatever, that you have to keep going to take these shots, and then without the shots, even though you have the cosmetic stuff done, you go and take the shot. That's right, and then you're going to look like this person that everything cosmetic done, but you're going to be seen for what you are if you have to be dependent on these shots, unless you're one of them people that look enough apart where a few cosmetic stuff that don't need shots. But and that dovetails into any kind of unnecessary drugs to get higher. And I've covered, I've seen a lot of sites where people are talking about collapse of civilization. People are dependent on either narcotics, alcohol, and even antidepressants if they're dependent on them. There's a lot of that shit going on where, come on now, it's $1 billion industry now. Just like legal marijuana, you're gonna making lots of money, so everybody wants to be depressed. It's easier to go take that. And then people are gonna attack you and be prejudiced against you, because whether you speak against it or not, you're a person walking around and you got all kind of critics, half of maybe, all of a sudden half of your block, whether they're nice to you or your friends or your enemies, take the stuff, and then you're talked about. You can be, all of a sudden you don't take any of that shit. You're insensitive, and you almost have to, it indicated that you've got to be on board with it, be taking it too, bringing yourself down to that same level. Equality extremism. Oh, you're insensitive because, oh, you're too good to be with the rest of us taking it. You're too good to go to the bar with the rest. You're too good to smoke a little weed and long with the rest of us. And then to end this, the trolls over there that are under anonymity, they're usually, I talk about mostly the ones that I used to see in passing sometimes. A lot of the white guys have their particular t-shirt, shorts, their little facial hair. By the computer, a bag of weed with a 40-ounce beer and their skinny arms, skinny legs, t-shirt and shorts, you know, and they're probably, you know, under anonymity accusing people of doing drugs, and they're probably doing drugs themselves, or if they're not, they're these other kinds of sympathizers that you got all over the way that vary and all that too, that I'm not even done talking about. Oh yeah, and the one more thing that I want to forget too, that whether you're black or white, the right to own a gun, right to bear arms, the right to defend yourself, the right to, even without a weapon, defend yourself, you know, without verbal assault, but smugness and smartness, you know, I mean, without any slurs, racial slurs, without name calling, just a kind of way. Yeah, you got the people that are like, okay, you're like this on something, but you're not die hard this way or that way. You're trying to be fair, and all of a sudden you're called I was called to be a conservative. You know, I'm not. Yeah, that's what it is. And then I'm like, well, geez, my behavior on any kind of social media right now, anything that I do, because conservatives don't want nothing to do with me. So conservatives are probably saying, oh, he ain't one of us, you know. So when I disagree with a particular thing and don't care about a particular thing, then I'm a conservative. You know, I don't want to see people shooting people, waking up hating the world, shooting people, but I think everybody black or white, that shit's going around. Yeah, they legitimately own a firearm. Yes, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm a conservative. Oh, I'm not a liberal. Yeah, what the fuck? Hey, what do you got? What the fuck am I, a liberal or a conservative? I sure as shit don't give a flying rat's ass about people's drug culture either as a culture. I'm out of that. Worried about myself first. What I do with my money, my highest priority is that's what it is. Eating and buying something nice. Or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? But anyway, any of that shit that people want to say already been disproven. No rat's ass offered, no rat's ass given. That's it.